And we are live. It's always up in the air because my internet sucks. We are here for another creature creation. We might have another person popping in named Poppy, perhaps. I don't have any more peace, so we're just going to leave that alone. But before we start, let's go around the horn. Introduce us. Tell us why you're here. What poor choice led you to this? And KLI is going to tell you to go first, but you just muted yourself, so I don't know what to do now.
You fix it. Hi, I am Kale Hazlitt. I am the author of In Her Shadow. It is a sci-fi fantasy, and that is me.
And why are you here?
Oh, right. Well, I am here at the invitation of my friend Mick over this way on my screen anyways. And we're going to create a monster, and it's going to be a good time.
So he lied to you is what you're saying.
I might have been bamboozled, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Story of my life.
Nick, why are you here? Why did you organize this?
Because I want to waste as much time as the other authors as possible. Because if they're not promoting their book, that gives me, wait, no, I'm here. That doesn't work. I'm here to have a good time, make a monster, and have some fun with some authors and promote some books.
Poor life choices. Got it. Okay. What is your book again?
Paragon Exordium. It's a magical apocalypse story set in rural Georgia.
Rural Georgia. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
David, you seem like a normal person who makes good decisions. Why are you here?
I'm well adjusted. Well, 10 years ago, a recruiter lied to me, and well, I ended up here.
Okay. And you are also co-author, are you not? Do you have the book handy?
I have the book handy. I also have a copy of Paragon Exordium.
Nice.
I'm the co-author. There's a lot of military stuff in this book, and hence my attire.
Nice. And then last but not least, at least I don't know, unless you all say otherwise, Atlas, why are you here? What poor choice led you here tonight?
Being friends with Mick, unfortunately.
Yep,
yeah.
That'll do it.
Okay.
I was invited for cakes and pies. This is not what I was expecting. But I'm excited to create a creature. Captain Fuzzy Boots is going to be great. I can't wait to meet him.
Hold on, I have a... Oh, Poppy says she's in. But, wait, do I have to scroll down? Hold on a second, technical difficulty. Oh, I still don't see you, Poppy.
Well, hold on. While we're having difficulties.
No, what's new?
He decided to have difficulties all himself. You just can't see my difficulties. That's...
It's the character limit.
Okay, there we go.
Mike, where's
Didn't
yours?
have mine handy.
4 for 5.
I feel bad. I feel bad. I don't have a physical copy of Armitage, but I have read it.
No. So I have a book that I never promote because, why would I do that? I'm only an author. No, hey, there's the camera. Look at that. I've only been doing this for how long? And then my sci-fi, there we go. Put it there. Haley Traveler. It has a very cringy chapter 18. Please don't ask. And give me just a second because I think I sent the wrong link to Poppy and she's in the wrong stream.
Was that a werecat?
It looked like it.
A large cat.
That is Silk. He is my Siberian forest cat. He is a big cat.
I'm really glad you didn't say Janet, or I would have been freaked out.
Magical.
We had a werecat in the first
werecat
draft of our book.
Aragon?
Oh man. No, I have two of them. So that one was Silk, and we have a slightly smaller one named Velvet.
And there's Poppy. If the person in charge gave you the right link, it would make it much easier.
It makes you feel better. We can blame Mick.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So I survived.
Par for the course.
Poppy, everyone else has introduced themselves and told, oh, wow, that fast. She's smart. Um,
All right, good.
and EL, it's always, yeah, there you go. Poppy, come back.
On the E.
Okay, well, Poppy has done this before, so she knows the routine. So I will start us going, and she can pop back in because she has a link now. We know this. So let me share the right one. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a creature, and hopefully you're all doing this on your desktop so you can see this. So we have 6 different categories. We'll just go down the line. Everyone will pick a category and then pick from there. So if you can pick terrain, you can pick the strengths, the weaknesses, whatever you want. I'll just faithfully record it. And then after that, I'll have you all start creating a creature. And then when you get comfortable, I will end up, throwing in monkey wrenches to try to screw things up.
So we each pick the category we're above.
You can pick whatever you want. There's Poppy.
Hi. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody.
So
Hello.
let's see. And the state. There's KL. There we go. We have everyone now.
Sorry.
Okay, I was having trouble too. Hi.
So person on the top here is Mick. So Mick, pick a column and then pick what you want from it.
Okay, let's see.
Oops. We'll do one more.
Are we going for silly or scary, boys and girls? What do we think?
Scary. Let's go scary. With like a
Unique
touch of silly.
is as unique, scary as we can.
Okay, all right. I'm looking at strengths here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking can regenerate is probably going to be the biggest problem besides shapeshifting. Shapeshifting is one thing.
Shapeshifting was on my list. Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go with regeneration.
Okay. Okay, David.
Regeneration. What makes a creature really scary?
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. A low cunning, maybe, not just intelligence.
Yeah, but
Oops.
nobody's scared of me, and I'm super intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what the scare, maybe I'm the outlier, maybe not, but
I'm not scared of you. Haven't been since March.
Not since March.
wow.
Makes me wonder what happened in March.
So
We're gonna hash it out right here. What's going on?
We already know the answer. I won.
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
I don't have the popcorn for this fight. I need it.
so we're in the South.
Okay.
Mick and I. Is anyone else in the South?
I'm in the Southwest.
Virginia,
Virginia,
that's technically south.
Very much north.
Virginia.
Canada.
Yeah.
I guess Virginia counts as the South. Maybe we'll debate it. I don't. I mean, hey, look, it was the Army of Northern Virginia. You know what I'm saying?
And we're off the rails already.
So, I'm looking at the creatures. Our story, right? I try to take as much inspiration from cryptids for creatures that I can, particularly ones that are native to the United States, whether you believe it or not. And one of the best ones is just Sasquatch, but stinky. It's called the skunk ape, and it lives in the South. And if your weakness is you smell bad, that's not really a weakness. So I'm going to say it just smells bad.
Okay, so emits a strong odor.
That's not really a weakness.
Well, it's kind of hard to sneak up on people.
That's true. That's true.
Unless
Yeah,
you
so
emit
this
so much of an
monster-
odor, it overwhelms their sense of smell and they can't tell where you're coming from.
Okay, Atlas, ye of high intelligence, pick a
Ooh.
category and pick what your poison.
All right, so we've already done strengths and weaknesses, and we're going for
Yep.
scary.
They got free reign on what it looks like, my man.
All right, so they can regenerate. They have strong odor. what else would make it terrifying? You know, I'm going to go with size. I'm
Good,
going to go
because
tiny.
Tiny.
Oh
I don't
no.
need Mike to
I
throw
respect
wrenches
it.
into my gears.
I respect it.
Small and stinky. I love it.
That's right. Sounds like my children.
We're making a toddler.
Most terrifying creature of all.
They can regenerate. Trust me. They recover quick.
okay, Poppy, bring some sanity to this or not. You know, whichever you prefer.
I want to go with the active time, and I want this particular monster to only be active in moonlight only.
Okay.
Okay.
So going for the folklore, only on a moonlit night.
Very cryptid.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
And then last but not least, KL.
Okay.
Diet and terrain.
Okay, so unfortunately, I do not have this open on my desktop. Those were not part of the instructions, Mick. And so
Would
as
you
I'm
like-
zooming in,
Okay.
so I guess that leaves me with diet or terrain.
Yep.
Ooh. I feel like we're going terrifying. So I feel like I'm going to pick diet. And I think we want omnivore. The more things that this thing is capable of eating, the more frightening.
See what you're saying.
Tearing
That
teeth
is
and
a
grinding
very,
teeth.
very, very wise choice.
Exactly.
If you had not chosen diet, I was going to make this an herbivore, and good luck making it scary as an herbivore.
Okay.
So now I get to pick the terrain. What can I do? I mean, it's not caves. I've gone down that path, and I try to, nuke whatever your goal is. I try to be the one to make it not happen.
Reverse psychology. We planned this
If
before.
urban terrain was on here, I'd have picked that first.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're going to go with Savannah because Georgia.
Funny
Not
enough,
that kind of savannah.
exactly where I live. So this thing is in my area. Great. I'm already scared.
Put an H on there. Really mess up Nick.
Okay, so you have a stinky mouse-sized creature that can regenerate. It's an omnivore. It only comes out during the moonlight, and it lives on the savannah. Tell me more about it. I am
Kind of
just
like the worst tribble.
You stole the words out of my mouth. I was gonna hit you with the tribble, and you grabbed it.
Kind of like
from
a
me.
worst tribble.
It's like
And
a
this is-
stinky tribble.
This is why they co-author, in case the viewers are wondering.
Same brain
Same wavelength.
So since you put tribble, you just got to put it all the way down.
Because they multiply.
Anything else that we have going on here? It doesn't necessarily have to have fur. It's just mouse size. I mean, it can be a bird.
Entirely
it's on the-
composed of tentacles.
Ooh, birds. That'd be pretty good. I've seen that movie once or twice.
Can it also be
Also be-
shaggy? Like, I don't know.
Fuzzy tentacles.
Like fuzzy
Woolly
tentacles.
mouse.
But like the hair is like willow, like a willow tree almost.
Oh, okay. That would blend in really well with the trees in Savannah.
The smelly
Have
moss.
you been here?
Did we just make a fuzzy helmet from Flipside?
Yeah, there you go. I like where your brain's at with that.
What else do we know about this thing? Does it burrow? Does it make a nest?
Made a drop bear reference earlier. It could just hang out in trees. I mean, if it's got fuzzy tentacles that are willowy, it makes sense that it's like a ambush predator that like hangs out in trees. And again, if it's stinky in Savannah, you won't be able to tell. There's a weird tide thing that happens here. It's a whole thing. Like this thing is blending in.
Now it's in
disturbingly
my
well.
well.
What if it made a sound like a hornbill?
Okay.
It's like the chiggers aren't the only bad thing in Spanish moss. Now we have to deal with this. You're a masochist. Oh no, it's true now. I gotta stop.
This is just ideas. Anything on the left, you got it. You're stuck with. These are just ideas I record in case you want to go back. Once we develop the whole creature. So feathers or fur, or is it a naked mole rat and has no fur or feathers? What are we talking here? And limbs, doesn't have wings. I mean, it's wide open for now. That'll close down later, but for now, it's
Well,
wide
we
open.
did say it had tentacles, right? So fuzzy tentacles.
Yeah.
Maybe it's got like a base body with like little feet so that it can grip, and then like the tentacles are all like along the back and side.
Some people like the worst flying squirrel of all time. Is that?
It spreads out its.
Yeah,
Why is
but
making the tentacles fuzzy worse?
oh my god, if it can jump and glide with its fuzzy tentacles from tree to tree, it's all coming together.
And opposable
I
thumbs.
feel like
Opposable thumbs.
I feel
Wait,
like-
hold on.
Well, it's got to because it's got a grip.
So
I
has
feel like it can
tentacles,
play
has
into its strength.
something
If it can regenerate, I imagine that it does horrifying things, knowing it's going to regenerate, especially if that's a strength.
Yeah, that works with the tentacles, right? If it can regenerate tentacles, I mean that's
Is it like an earthworm thing where you split a tentacle off and it grows a new one?
I would think so. I mean,
We're doing Mike's job for him.
I am just 3/4 now. You guys are the ones doing this. I'm just here to.
See, in my brain, it was more like Hydra vibes. Maybe it's because I recently watched Hercules. I don't know, but just like the notion of like cutting off this small, because it's a mouse size, so the small tiny tentacle, and then seeing it split off into two is just. Ugh.
We're like slowly is like inching, even though it's just a
See,
tentacle.
I was thinking
Yeah.
you pull off the tentacles and use them as projectiles, and then just regenerate another one.
Ooh,
That's
I like that.
I like that.
Rose tentacles. Do they worm under your skin like little leeches?
Why
And they're grippy. Oh, what if the tentacles also have like needles and so they like puncture?
So we're talking
was a
fuzzy like
mistake.
a porcupine now.
This was a mistake.
It's a porcupine with prehensile spines.
okay. I think we're got a good start. So now it's time to throw in some monkey wrenches. So KL, you were last this time, so you need to go first. I need you to pick a number for me between 1 and 12.
10.
10. It has a whip for a tail.
Spicy.
It has a whip for a tail. What kind of
So
whip?
spicy.
No.
That's cool.
Who
Like
said it?
Indiana Jones whip.
Okay.
You know, because
Putting
tentacles.
putting the monster in BDSM.
Let me just tie this.
Somebody
down.
get SM Campbell on the phone.
Tentacles, Essen Campbell, Pebbles. There's a whole group for that.
And
We need a new channel in the Discord.
No, we don't.
Please.
I draw the line. Cannibalism. We have a cannibalism
Dave.
channel. We're not going any further.
Come on, Dave, do us a solid.
He made the cannibal. He's not allowed to make channels anymore.
I did do that. I got banned from making channels now.
okay,
I gave the people what they wanted, and now I'm banned.
Oh,
Poor Mike.
You're the bad guy.
you're
Okay.
picking 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't like the giggle.
it is a huge, heavy skull.
Oh,
That just means more room for teeth.
that's worse.
Just the fangs.
That works out for the hornbill sound.
Yeah.
Hornbills are mean.
Okay, so this heavy-headed tentacle with a whip tail hides in Spanish moss. It smells. It can regenerate. It's mouse-sized. Only in moonlight does it come out. I don't know where it goes the rest of the time. We'll discuss that later. Anything else we want to add to this, or are we ready to go on to more monkey wrenches? Because we got 4 more to go.
See what the next one is.
The next one, Atlas, it's up to you. Pick a number between 1 and 12.
1.
This one isn't going to hurt you too bad. It lives in a burrow, which it's on the savannah. That's probably pretty reasonable. So I don't think that's going to make you have to change anything. So David, come on, really screw it the whole thing up here. Pick a number that really doesn't go well.
Tree.
Okay. I don't know how it has so many things on it, but it
Yes.
play.
What do we mean by that?
It's mating by
Is
like
that like
putting the tentacles up and waving them around and shit. Yeah.
Like a rattlesnake or something?
Let's go.
Like the birds that do the crazy display that, yeah, it does that when it's trying to.
David Attenborough.
Yeah. Did anybody watch the second How to Train Your Dragon with like when they were doing like the mating dance?
Yep.
So yes, now you have some sort of
And now
mating
we
dance.
see the creature trying to find a mate.
So now your very foul-smelling creature has a very loud coloration to it as well.
Okay, bright colors and
Yeah,
close up.
That is somehow worse.
and it's like mouse size. You got to figure it's like breeding like every 2 months or something. So it never loses the plumage. It's always there. Or not plumage. The tentacles are, I don't know, lime green, something. It has to do something to call attention to itself on the savannah in the moonlight as it tries to attract a mate that hopefully can't smell. And they don't knock heads together because that'll give them each concussion.
But what if the tail was also shiny so it could reflect the moonlight and blind whatever it was hunting?
A
As a
shiny whip tail.
trick.
Is it like a silvery purple? The tail especially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
that's what I was
not?
thinking.
So it is a silvery purple.
People absolutely hunt this thing for its tail, the way we've described it. Like, there's no way there are poachers going out.
Could you imagine how many of them they'd have to get though?
Is the whip proportional to the mouse, or is it like a full-size whip? There's the question.
It is your creature, so
What if it uses what if it's not proportional? What if it uses it for balance and for display?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and don't forget jumping and flying.
Right. How long is Indiana Jones' whip?
So it could
How
be
long,
like
high in the air can this thing kind of like levitate? This is borderline the baby xenomorphs.
I was thinking
Like,
it
really close.
tree branch. It could come down like a spider does, and then go back up with the tail. Kind of.
Yeah, that's what the moss is very vertical. So
Yeah,
What if
you
we
just
gave it like
silvery
brightening
purple
land
flash
speed
moonlight.
movement.
when you said like people were hunting it for stuff, I'm just thinking like 1500s Paris. There's like one person with this creature as a coat, and everyone's really jealous. Like,
So Indiana
we had to
Jones'
kill
whip
500 of them to make this scarf.
a 10-foot long whip. So if this thing can like balance on its tail, it's just getting like 10 feet up in the air and shaking all its little tentacles at you, towering over you in the moonlight, or hanging down off of a tree and grabbing your face like a face hugger.
I love the idea that you could be going out on this moonlight walk through these tall grasses and just in the middle of nowhere, just
It gives a new perspective to yoink.
Really quick.
Yoink. Oh Lord.
Okay, I think we got a creature so far so good. Mick, come on, screw it up. Pick a really bad number here. 1 to 12.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God, everyone picks 7 on this category. This is like the 4th time we've had this.
We cheated.
I go again. Oh.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, good. Lovely.
Yeah, so there's no like worrying about survival or anything. When it eats, it just goes ape shit and doesn't care if anything comes and eats it. It just kind of when it eats, it eats. Kind of like me at a buffet. You're not stopping.
It's like Midnight in the Garden of Good and Oh No.
Good and oh no. All right, guys, this monster is really incredible. I will catch the rest of the show later, but I have got to head out. Thank you so much for having me on.
Have a good one, Poppy.
Have a good night. Have fun. Bye.
So there's only one more, and I get to pick it.
The worst.
And I really need to change these columns because this is kind of a tame column, and I'm always stuck with this one. I'm not going to make it photosynthesized because it's only moonlight only.
It's always hungry.
Let's see.
That plant, like the Queen of the Night, where it only like pollinates like once a year. And yeah.
We're going to go with. You said you wanted it to be scary. So it has an unhinging mouth.
Hate that.
So
With this giant skull, I wonder if that's just how it props itself up.
So I'm going to ask: is this like an octopus, and the mouth is like in the center of all the legs, like the beak, or is it on the head? Where is this thing?
I feel like the mouth in the middle at the bottom.
Yeah.
So if the mouth unhinges, it almost can like form like a sun with all the rays because the whole mouth unhinges, and and you have that coming down on the tail, and you have like 8 legs falling on your face. I like it. I like this a lot.
It's face hugger. We made face hugger.
It's a face hugger, but worse.
We made Savannah face hugger.
But a fuzzy, silvery face hugger.
I don't know why, but that just made me think of the aliens and like, what was it, Alien?
Yeah,
Was it
xenomorph.
actually?
Yeah, xenomorph.
Yeah.
That's what the baby xenomorphs are
baby
called,
ones?
face huggers.
Oh, that's right. That is what they're called. Oh, that's embarrassing. Sorry. Yeah.
No, Barry, you were thinking of the same thing.
So that means they're going to be really quick, right?
Like the unhinged jaw is almost like the Predator when he takes the mask off, and it's like that big mouth. I don't like.
So it's a Predator xenomorph.
I mean, thankfully, if it's gonna be hungry all the time, it is an herbivore, so it can consume non-meat items, but that doesn't mean that's its preference.
Like your bones.
Yeah, sucking the marrow out of it.
Okay, I have to put that down for a later show. Eats bones.
That's a good one.
Definitely going to be
Monsters on your teeth.
Yeah.
And KO, I apologize. Every time I show a comment, it just covers up your entire face. But
Oh, that's all right.
Okay. So, anything else we want to add to this before we start going through the whole life description and filling this out? Or do we got a creature here? What is its primary food source on the savannah?
Teeth.
What does it eat?
Bones.
Teeth. It eats teeth.
Okay.
Oh my god! Because like if it jumps your face and just like, oh my god, it's like
going
the
after
teeth.
your teeth.
You know the teeth like falling out dreams. This is horrifying.
No. That made it so much worse. Which side are you on?
I believe we were going for terrifying.
If it's a savannah, does that mean it grabs onto elephants and just like eats the tusks and stuff? Is that?
Oh my god! What if it did?
Why do you think
real
piranhas are
I
going?
don't know what
Creatures
that's ivory,
known as
but
it's got this elephant tusk with the face hugger marks on it.
it's just like on a safari and you just run across an antelope with no teeth and you're like, I know
Would
what
it
this was.
hide? Oh, since it's so small, this is why elephants are afraid of mice. But could it hide in a tusk? So you're poaching, you take out an elephant, you're
It was
trying to
like
get
a
its tusk off,
weird-
and it jumps out at you.
Ooh,
It does
Maybe
have a
it's got
burrow.
like a-
We didn't say where it burrows. It could burrow in a tusk.
I don't like that at all.
It could burrow into anything. It could burrow into snakes. It could burrow into birds.
maybe
Jump down
maybe
from
it
you?
can use its tentacles like cordyceps and control its host.
And we're back to bucket. We're back to flip side.
Okay, what is its preferred locomotion? Does it prefer to
Jeep
walk
Wrangler.
with tentacles, glide, swing from the trees? What does it prefer?
Swing from the trees is kind of terrifying as a tentacled fur creature.
I think Atlas's last comment is great. It just pilots the things it eats. It eats your teeth and then it crawls up in your brain and pilots your body.
I dropped my mic, but I'm currently speaking from it. So
okay, burrows into brains and controls creatures.
I think Dan Aykroyd and you would be friends, Atlas.
I don't know if that's a good compliment or a terrible insult.
It was meant as a compliment.
Oh, okay, all right, fair enough.
Are we saying it swings from trees as the primary locomotion here, or?
Yeah, I mean, it does the glidey thing I think we talked about. Glidey tree hanging.
Kind of like lands and
on the wind.
I concur.
Okay. What does it do to get its food? What is its preferred? Is it I guess it's an ambush predator?
I think, yeah.
Has to be, right?
I was gonna say, with it being so small, how could it not be?
Sleep time, I'm guessing that's going to be during the day since it's only out at moonlight. So that's easy. Nest lair home, it has a burrow. Does it lay eggs like in the brains of the thing it's taken over? Is that its burrow? Is just the head of whatever it's taken over?
I don't know about eggs.
The empty tooth cavities.
I like the idea of it cutting off part of itself and replicating that way.
That's very sinister.
It tears off its own.
And there's no like nest it has to guard or like vulnerability when they're young. It just like cut the tentacle.
It tears off its tentacles and plants them in the spaces where the teeth were.
And then that creature.
Well, but it's not that small, is it?
Well, it's mouth size, right? So that'd be.
Well, I mean, elephants are big if it's eating elephant teeth.
Well, that's a good point. If it is eating an elephant tusk, yes. But I was just thinking, like,
it's not that scary.
Social structure. If it's a pack animal, that's terrifying. Like the beetles from The Mummy.
Oh yeah, that's a deep image in my mind.
So yeah, is it solitary? Do they run in packs? And
I vote packs.
If we're going scary, it should be a pack.
Pack creatures, great. Any sort of language? Does it make clicks? Does it chirp?
Well, it has the peacock thing, right?
Right. So
maybe it's kind of just doing
French
gestures and stuff. Yeah, French, same thing. Exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
It speaks fluent French.
Oh.
Oh, and I want to amend my. I want to.
Oh no!
I said. I said hornbill. I meant shoebill. The hornbill calls should be shoebill.
I don't know what.
Oh man!
I got my bills mixed up.
So it speaks French and.
As long as it's not a buffalo bill, then we're good.
Yeah.
And what is the biggest threat to this creature? What preys upon it? Anything?
The sun.
The sun.
Oh, it's like a vampire? Oh.
Just turns to dust in the sunlight.
That's why it burrows.
That's a pretty significant weakness, though.
Well, moonlight only, so. How long do these things live? Are they relatively short-lived because they throw off cycles?
I think I'm not a bio person. It's like K and L type stuff. If it's like a mouse, they probably reproduce pretty fast and then kind of die pretty fast. In my opinion.
We'll give them the fly lifespan, like 3 days, basically.
Well, that's
well
less than a part. Yeah, not a lot.
I mean, they're ripping parts of themselves off and regenerating them. That can't be like
good for you.
Yeah. Do we like less than a year?
Okay,
yeah.
And then the hardest question.
No.
What is the name of this creature?
Jim. Jiminy, Jiminy.
If it's on a savanna, that probably means like, what is the first white person that saw it named it? It probably has some crazy native.
How about the
Name is-
losel?
The what?
The losel. Like, well, here, okay, so hear me out. Here's the inspiration. You see, I was thinking about Winnie the Pooh, and they're afraid of hempalumps and woozles. So a losel, because I can't remember where I got the loo. But
a loser because you
Loozle.
lose all your teeth.
Was it?
It has to be
was it
something you
That's
can
it.
pronounce without teeth. Because they can't tell people about it. Woople. What got you? What got you? A wooble.
Ooh, I love that. People are just like, something. Ooh.
Dave's like, we created the creature. Now I'm hunting.
Wooble. That's the worst part is that you have this horrifying experience. You barely survive. You've got no teeth left, and you can't even say the creature's name. You're just stuck going, Wooble. Who got you a wooble?
Well, you can't. Yeah, you can't say because you don't have any fucking teeth.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is like the mummy. It's like when the mummy takes that dude's eyes and stuff. You can't. Yeah, man.
Uh,
Oh, that's good.
So
Okay.
are we going to go with the wooble then?
I like the wooble.
I like the
It's
wooble.
better than,
Wooble.
I was going to say sprackakak, but
That's the sound it makes when it jumps you.
That's right.
That's the native name.
That's what it calls
Okay.
itself, but we call it a wooble.
So now I need some hints for my artist who's going to draw this. So it has tentacles. How many tentacles does it have? Assuming it hasn't thrown any, creatures.
Why not do 12? We had 12 numbers to choose for the monkey wrench. We could do 12 tentacles.
I love it.
Okay, and what color is it? What's the coloration here?
Each
The
tentacle is a
silvery
different
purple,
color.
right?
The
We had a color.
tail is a silvery purple. It has bright display, so it has to be ridiculous because we would have it no other way.
Can we make it orange like the Lorax?
Orange like the lore. like a peacock. Talk about peacock.
Purple
right?
and orange do go together.
Lorax orange also works.
Wax orange. Can you find that at Lowe's? Is that?
Home Depot.
It's a custom color.
Okay, and how do you want this drawn? Do you want it like slinking down from the tree? Do you want it jumping up from the savannah?
Leaping through the air at
We
your
gotta have
face.
the full thing, right? Like a whole tentacles up, kind of leaping. Yeah.
I'm going back to hiding in Spanish moss. If it's Lorax orange, it's doing a very poor job of hiding in Spanish moss.
Well,
Well,
That's
it's,
a good point.
It's moon.
so it's at night, so
Okay, yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
Nighttime, moonlight.
I mean, is it
Orange is
iridescent?
the most obvious color at night possible.
I mean, are you going to
Well,
make
just think about like how well tigers camouflage for something that's orange.
Yeah, that's fair.
How many animals on the savannah can see colors?
Yeah, that's
Also
true.
All the ones with teeth.
Well, you think about it, the brightly colored venomous and poisonous things, like how well does that really do out in the wild,
I'm pretty. They're mostly apex predators, right?
Yeah.
Pretty well, I think.
So a mouse-sized octopus with 12 tentacles. It's orange with a 10-foot long silvery purple tail that leaps in the air with the tentacles splayed. Its mouth is on the bottom like an octopus. It has a giant bony head for no apparent reason. And it doesn't collect teeth. It eats teeth preferentially.
Get
Okay.
that calcium to grow big and strong.
It's
why
got
it has-
beaks inside its beaks, so when it latches onto your face, its beaks are like prehensile and can pull the teeth out.
Nice. And that's why it has the big bony head, because it eats the teeth, and all that calcium has to go somewhere.
Yeah, there you go.
It's completely
Got me when I was a kid. So
What goes around comes around, man. Oh,
okay. I think we have a solid creature here. You are going to give the Aussies a run for their money, although they do have the advantage of living in a make-believe world.
Oh, they're going to see this and be like, I saw that on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, we call that a didgeridoo. Yeah, all right.
Got one right here.
Alice is 100% correct. It's so funny.
My toddler was petting one earlier.
They call the dangerous stuff like silly names.
That's
Like,
right.
Oh, yeah.
my sister sent me a picture of a big bird the other day, and she's like, "Oh, we call it a bin chicken." Like, it had a cassowary-sized beak like this long. I'm like, what makes nothing there makes sense?
We think we're being
Have you
creative.
guys seen-
I guarantee you, next week we're going to see a video from Australia of it just like chilling on the wall.
Right.
Eating koalas, yeah.
Yeah,
From our collective consciousness.
taking teeth out of saltwater crocodiles like it's nobody's business.
Oh my god.
Ooh. So, okay, well, this successfully ends the creature creation. So the next question is, give me a book that I should read other than your own. Mick, you are first.
Well, I'm going to go with Flipside by Loomis Lumic since we made some references to it while working on this. It's about a fictional world that has been overrun by like brain controlling little squid aliens, but it has wizards, just like wizards and mind control squid. And it's really
Wizards
good.
and mind control squid. Okay. David?
I am reading some nonfiction right now. I don't know if that's what you wanted.
Whatever.
So maybe this will be the shameless plug tie-in. So what day are we going to be on that show, Nick? Coming up?
May 7th?
May 7th.
Oh, yeah.
You got a show. So the dude who's doing it is a history dork. So nonfiction wise, I'm reading a book. It's called Six Frigates. It's like Revolutionary War Navy stuff. It's pretty interesting. And if for us in the South, it's cool because it has a Georgia tie-in because that's where they got all the wood to make our first like actual Navy when we became a country. And it's more interesting to me, not because I like boats, but because it's about the founding of the country. And it's so fascinating to me that like, you know, the first year we had a country, the Secretary of Defense had 2 employees in an office. And he was just walking down the street to see the boat being constructed. Secretary of Defense, 2 clerks. Can you imagine now the Pentagon's budget is like $10 trillion a year. And this guy was just like, oh, I guess I'll go down to the docks and see the boat. Just that kind of stuff to me is fascinating. So it humanizes history in a good way. So it's entertaining. If you like pirates and stuff, also really cool.
Nice. Atlas?
Since we're talking terrifying creatures, I figure I'll toss out the book Horizon by David W. Adams. It's basically like the movie Alien, takes place on a ship, and there are creatures just offing people one by one.
Nice.
Like some Dead Space vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, KL, tell us about a great book that we all should be reading.
So I just finished a book called Bloodstone and Dandelion, and I'm throwing that one out there mostly because I'm a slow reader. So when I finish a book, it becomes my whole personality for a while. Mick can attest to that. So Bloodstone and Dandelions is a high fantasy. You're talking multiple different races, religions. You've got elves, humans, and how they interact with just a touch of angst and romantic tension. So that was a lot of fun. It was a really enjoyable book. It was really cool to see how the POVs over time came together at the end, because there was one point of view in particular that I was not sure how the author was going to tie that in. It seemed, other than the fact that the character was really cool, she almost seemed irrelevant. And yeah, it was a very good book. I will ramble if you let me, so I'm going to stop there. But Bloodstone and Dandelions, very good book. Really enjoyed it.
Okay. And since I knew this question was coming, I came prepared with props. The 3 books, hands down, the best 3 books I read last year. Heirs to a Flawed Creation. This is from the android's point of view between the second and the third android-human war that's about to start. all from the android's point of view. Phenomenal. Of course, how can you not love The Sunset Sovereign? It's cozy. I don't like cozy. I love this book. It makes no sense. And my absolute favorite book, actually it was the third book in the series, but this is the first, is this one, there we go. Shadows of Wolves. This is, the main character is like Clint Eastwood straight out of any Western you ever saw him in. Just, central casting cowboy. He goes into a town, people are dying, and it's a werewolf that's doing it. So you have Clint Eastwood versus a werewolf. So J.R. White does this one. This one is by Laura Huey. And then E.L. Montague, who is busy writing me as a gangster out on an asteroid currently, is Heirs of Flawed Creation. Fantastic books. Love them all. So when does anybody have a book coming out soon? Any big announcements you want to say other than you? Show on. There we go. Cyber Enhancement.
There you go.
Mick, you and David are going to be on what show again here in another week and a half?
What is the show called? It is, hold on, give me like 2 seconds to pull up his name. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern time on May 7th. We will be on Gabriel Garcia's show, which is called The Wandering Scribe here on YouTube.
Nice. Anybody else have big announcements you want to throw out there? Atlas, are you doing anything exciting?
Yeah, I'm like probably a good 3 years out from book 2, so making progress.
Nice. So set your calendars down.
Dave and I have a short story collection coming out this summer.
Nice.
Date
We
to
have
be
a
determined.
Huh?
Date to be determined.
Date to be determined. There's a cool monster in there. There's a it's like a spider centaur dryad creature who tends to giant spider forest silk collection.
Unpleasant.
Okay. And what is the name of this book? Do we have a title yet?
Yeah, that's going to be Paragon Apocrypha.
Okay.
Just
And KL, do you have any big announcements? Any exciting things to tell us?
Well, it's not a huge announcement as like I currently have an untitled work in progress that's currently unrelated to my current book. But I am 75% done the first draft, so that's exciting. I have no idea when I will release it as time is just kind of going on that one, but I am very excited about it.
Okay. And before I forget, I want to tell you, I told my artists, I was like, I'm doing this show. These crazy things are not me. I'm not, doing hard drugs when I come up with these things. These are semi-rational people who come up with this because they have to join together and they're authors. And, that doesn't work well. So he has agreed, if you want to use this drawing, if you want to put this woo bill in your story, you can have the artwork. You just have to credit Dmitry Yahovsky. I can't pronounce his list. Anyway, but if you want it, you can use it. I will send it to him probably Sunday along with the Aussie version. So if anybody wants to use it, and I will also have my friend, because I do not play D&D, so he will D&Dify it and give you a stat block for this thing as well.
nice. I want that.
Nice.
So-
That's amazing.
I don't know if
So-
I'll give it to my DM, but I want the stats.
Have to put a wooble in our next short story collection.
So yes, if you want that and you want free cover art, you can do it. You can put the wooble on the cover.
Yeah.
Really?
Really.
So anything else that we want to talk about before we call this a night and then go on our merry ways and do destructive things off camera? Or sorry, that's just me.
I mean, we're all.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say shameless fangirling again over here. Always pleased to hang out with Mick, Dave, and Atlas because I have read all of the stuff that's currently out by these two authors, and they're just very good books. So I highly recommend that everybody check them out. And always fun to hang out with you guys. So thank you again.
Hey, thanks for being here. Glad to have you. Make sure if you're here watching us and stuff, go check out all these authors. We've all got books They're all fun and different and unique, and all I think worth checking out. If you think we're funny here, we're funny elsewhere too.
Oh, and I should probably mention, people, you should like and subscribe to this channel. We never say
You
this.
should, yeah.
We should probably mention that. Maybe not at the very end. But we're Gen X people, so what do you expect? Technology. We're doing our best. So
Oh, I'm Gen Z.
Is anyone here a millennial?
Oh, we're still getting the bad rap. There's a Z in the room, and we're the problem. Okay.
I'm on the
What else
tail
did
end.
millennials kill? Let's hear it. Come on.
No. I'm a cusper, so I tend to relate more to millennials. But every time I Google it, they kind of say like, "Oh, like my year is the cusper. Nobody wants me." So
My younger sister was born in '96. I think that was the last year for millennials.
depends, because '96 is my year.
Okay, yeah.
So like some days they lump us in with millennials, some days they lump us in with Gen Z.
So
I graduated college in '95.
I was alive then.
Nice. And I'll tell you that this summer, it's finally going to happen. We're going to get a grad and iPrep, we call them, someone straight out of school who's going to be working in the lab with me. I started working at my current company in 2002, and they were not born when I started working at the company that I'm at. And I'm going to be sharing a lab with this person.
Nice. You got a 30-year reunion coming up too then, sir.
35.
35, okay.
I graduated in 89 from high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, high school. Yeah.
That'll be a fun one. You hit them with the, where were you on 9/11?
Good note. All right, Adam.
Conception phase, my guy. Conception phase. Yeah.
All right. Nice talking to you guys. Really ending a high note here.
Not anymore.
Oh, no.
And Joe Byrne is here. Oh, there you go. By the way, I do not have. Do I have a copy of this? Yes, I do. If you like funny sci-fantasy with a lot of puns and dad jokes, I know I'm selling this great. Wistful Ascending is hysterical. It has space bears that talk like Russians. This was probably my favorite book from 2 years ago. So yes, absolutely check out Wistful Ascending.
I think that's on my Amazon wish list. I've seen it before.
And the main character, Rohan, he is Canadian.
Nice.
So, there are entertaining Canadians.
Maple syrup Americans.
Most of them move here, don't they?
Excuse me. Am I not an entertaining?
I said most, not all. You'll get here eventually.
See, I
right.
can make fun of Canadians because Canadians are so nice that they'll just seem like, oh, he's just making fun of me. That's not, when do you ever hear a mad Canadian? I mean, come on. I mean, they can't even get
No, it's a sleeper temper. That's what it is.
Right, yeah. Just ask World War II. I've heard some Canadian stories from back then. There's some scary stuff. They're capable.
French Canadian is different.
Oh, yeah. No, and you go even further back in history. I do believe there might have been a White House burning. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we lost the last 2 wars we fought with Canada. People forget that.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, the first one, Canada, I don't think was a country yet. So I think that's why the first one kind of gets lost.
We tried to invade Canada and failed, and then they came down and burned the White House.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't mess around in Canada, that's all I'm saying. We're over against Maple Syrup Americans.
And that's why we need to make them our 51st state.
Oh, no. All right, stop.
Oh, no.
Except Quebec. We don't want that.
Oh, no.
They want to be France anyway. Let them be France, and we're good.
I said that on one of our normal shows, and Tim McKay is Canadian. He's like, or you guys could be our 7th Providence, or whatever it is.
I mean, all right. Give me a good time.
We do have healthcare. It's delightful.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Joe,
man.
take it back.
We
likes-
have
There you go,
healthcare
you
too.
got
You
it.
just have to win a beast game to get it. So
Oh, yeah. We also have subsidized daycare. It's pretty great.
But do you have palm trees?
No, we do have winter instead. Beautiful
Yes.
evergreens.
You have what, 7-8 months of winter?
Well, with global warming, it is getting shorter, and where I live, coincidentally, it tends to be a little bit warmer. So no, I would say I have like a good 4 short months of winter,
Nice.
Okay,
and then I have spring and autumn, and it's beautiful.
And Joe is adding, of course, you all have poutine as well.
And
Can't
poutine.
forget that.
Oh my God, and beaver tails and maple syrup. Have you guys heard of like the Great Maple Syrup Heist? Excellent maple syrup.
That's what a crime is in Canada?
You don't understand the scale of maple syrup stealing that occurred.
Okay.
I can't remember what it is, but it was like a lot. It was like basically a mob.
So, KL, we're going to have you on the regular show because my
Oh, yeah?
partner, Ro, he is from Vermont, and he will fight you tooth and nail over who has better maple syrup.
Well, but we're both biased. Has he had Canadian maple syrup? Because I certainly have not had Vermont maple syrup, and I'm sure it's delightful.
I don't know. I mean, Vermont, that's one of those silly states. It should just be a city. So,
You said it all polite. You were like, "Oh, I respect him. He might not." There you go.
10 bottles is a lot.
Oh, wow.
ugh.
Canadian
So,
bottles or
hey.
American bottles?
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
have.
no,
They
we're
don't
all
use
neighbors here.
Imperial,
We
so
should-
we'll never know.
yeah, we're all neighbors here. We shouldn't fight. Plus, if Australia's coming on next week, at least we didn't lose against emus.
Got him. Yeah, one dude in knight armor like made their countries go to a standstill one time as an outlaw. So yeah, if you can't handle that, I guess.
So, David, I'm going to ask you because you're dressed in like military garb here. Which is more embarrassing, losing to emus or being France militarily?
Oh, France gets a bad rap. France. I hate to say it. It's the American way to make fun of France, but without France, probably wouldn't be a country.
Yeah.
And I think we squared that debt in probably 1944. So we're clear with France. Losing emus, I can't help you with that, man. That's rough. I mean, that's just so.
Kayla, where are you calling in from, by the way?
Sorry. Like specifically, like I'm in the province of Ontario.
Oh, okay. Just because we have several Canadian, people here, and I'm just always like, Melissa Stone is from Saskatchewan. So, which again is a made-up place.
It is not.
So is
All places
Manitoba.
made up.
I mean, these are not real names.
Listen, I did not spend however many years in geography class, coloring in those provinces for them to not be real. They be real.
I got a buddy who's in a military base up in Ontario right now, hanging out. So
Oh, nice.
sounds lovely.
So,
Yeah.
Ontario, does that have Toronto in it? My geography is in.
Toronto. Yeah, it sure does. It is a wonderful, horrible place because you could spend 4 hours driving from end to end. It's awful.
I wouldn't even get me out of Georgia.
It's a massive city. Yes.
Oh, and EL is here. Look at that.
The empty parts. The empty parts of most countries are the best parts.
I guess for Mike, how long does it take to drive across DC?
I don't because I know better. But I do. Originally, I was born and raised in Kentucky. I live in Virginia now, so I have to drive across the entire miserable state of West Virginia to get there. So, yeah. And that's when you drive and you're looking at houses on the top of the mountain going, it's not communism, people. You can move.
On top of the mountains where it's at, that probably costs $200 a month. Down in the holler, that's different.
Well, yeah, when the creek rises, then you got to worry about it.
At least you don't got to go north of Pittsburgh anymore. You get that weird accent in that.
Do you guys have like
on the cryptid front? Watch out for bridges in West Virginia, right? Isn't that Mothman? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See?
Do you guys have like a favorite state? Like, is there like, do you think there's like a state that's like overhyped? Do you have like a sleeper state that you think, oh, well, probably, yeah. California sounds expensive.
Hawaii, yeah.
Yeah, my favorite state is delusion. But, yeah.
Oh.
I'm actually partial to Georgia, and I considered about retiring and moving to northern Georgia.
Hell yeah.
Up in the mountains where, it doesn't get to liquefying skin temperature.
Oh, yeah. It's 85 degrees outside today, and it's not even May.
And sorry,
not moving here.
I can't do Colorado. Just can't.
We won't move.
Fair enough. I'm sorry, you made a comment about 85 degrees. What does that mean? Does that mean like short sleeves, or does that mean like sweater weather?
I'm trying to sandbag you. That's probably 28.
Oh, that's hot.
That's not even hot here.
Let me see if I was right.
What?
How close I was.
That's like the average temperature in Georgia for most of the year.
Oh,
or whatever.
hey, for most of the year, that's insane.
Yeah. No, I'm down on the islands in Savannah.
I was wrong. It's 29. I was pretty close.
There you go.
Oh, I mean, I'll give it to you. I didn't even have a clue. You said 85, and I was like, what
in the summer
does that mean?
Cold day.
I was right. 29.
Yeah.
If it was 29 degrees in the summer, it would be cold.
Oh, no. That sounds awful. Is it at least a dry heat, or is it like a humid heat?
Oh, it's muggy.
Oh, no. Oh.
You in Texas, where 40 plus 45 is normal, and that's Celsius, the made-up scale.
Made-up scale is the rest of the world uses it, except there's like one other place that uses whatever you guys use, but like I can't remember what it is.
Liberia.
There's people that use metric, and there's people who've gone to the moon.
That's right.
Okay.
Having zero be freezing.
I have to say,
touche.
Okay. I like the metric system, so I actually can't give you too much grief.
Military uses the metric system. We measure shit in it's all meters and kilometers and everything else. I mean, it's more precise.
Oh wait, when do you use the metric system?
Military does.
Oh, does it actually? I actually did not know that.
Yeah. When you have to be precise, you use metric. When it doesn't matter, so much, you use the imperial.
Oh, when it does.
It's all meters and
So everything else the government does.
When I buy tools for my home, I have to buy both inches and millimeters and wrenches and crap like that.
Yeah.
It's big niche keeping you down, man.
Well, I mean, we do too. Like, again, I don't know if you guys have seen any of like the Canadian stuff where it's like, oh yeah, we measure in pounds, we do weight in pounds, but we measure in feet and inches, and then
pounds.
Yeah.
Do you use stone for weight? That one doesn't make any sense to me.
No. That's Europe uses stone. I've got don't understand that one at all.
Stone? What the? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's Britain.
I got my atlas.
Well, Canada.
I'm sorry, it's on my phone. I can't see it. Hold on. If I zoom in on Mick, then I can see it.
No, I was just showing my Atlas Creed pen.
From
the
That's not
Kickstarter
at all.
All right, y'all. To make it real, Georgia.
Come on down to Georgia.
I gotta go.
Yo.
Thank you.
Yol. Did you say Yol?
I did not. Yo.
You put an O in
No
y'all.
one likes that.
I didn't mean to, but I might have.
Who's a friend of mine in my Discord the other day, this week was like y'all selves, and I about had a conniption.
Oh.
You say might be good.
Y'all
I
self.
can get over that.
What is y'all self? Unacceptable. I've been in Georgia most of my life, and I can't tolerate that. I need to hop off. So.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good time, Mike.
Thank you, everybody. The Woo Bill is wonderful, and I will let you all know when we have a picture of it.
Excellent.
Thank you for having me.
This was great.
Okay.
Thanks for having all of us.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. Take care. Don't be a stranger.
And
Yep.
Yeah, you have a good one, eh?
How's it going, eh?
Thank you.
Yin's got